Hey everyone, welcome back to health. We are getting into nutrition still today. We're talking about nutrients. So there are 6 major types of nutrients, and we did put them in our notebooks a few days ago, which you might not remember, but they are there. So our warm-up today says, maybe, there we go. Okay. There are 6 main categories of nutrients that the human body needs to survive. What are these 6 main categories? So 6 categories, and we talked about them earlier. They were in our notes on the day we talked about my plate, but they are not the food groups. So obviously there are 5 food groups that we talked about. These are not them. So it is not the food groups, but there are 6 categories of nutrients, and those nutrients will fit into certain categories of the food groups, but these are the nutrients. If you absolutely have no idea, you can look back to your My Plate day of notes and you should have them listed. If not, guess, and I'm about to give you the answers. So write down what you think they are, and then we'll go over them. All right. So the way today is going to work is similar to how it worked the previous day in health. You are going to have a few notes that you're going to take on the video. And then there's a worksheet that I'm going to hand out to you, like a actual paper worksheet that you're going to get to fill out as we go through the video and as you work on your own today. So it's slightly different than just the full video of me giving you notes. But we do have some notes to start with. All right, the 6 main nutrients. Number 1, carbohydrates. The definition of carbohydrates is sugars and starches which provide energy for the body. So you can find carbohydrates obviously in the grain group of the food guide pyramid. I am struggling to keep that covered, but I guess it doesn't matter too much. So you can find carbohydrates in the grain group mostly, but there are a ton of carbohydrates in vegetables and some in fruits as well. Okay. Protein. Substances in foods needed for growth and repair of the body tissues. Okay. Again, proteins are found mostly in the meat group, okay? But obviously things that go into the protein group might be classified as a vegetable, like beans, okay? So like protein will come from kidney beans or from pinto beans or from refried beans. So you're going to get some protein from those substances, even though they might be classified as a vegetable or thought of as a vegetable. So you're getting protein from meat, but you're getting it from other places as well. Okay, nuts and seeds being another example of that. And fats, they are a concentrated source of fuel for the body. There are good and bad fats. You're not thinking fats from donuts and fats from fried greasy food and from fast food. You're thinking fats from dairy products or some red meat products or beans and nuts. Okay, that's where you're wanting to get your fat from. Vitamins, chemicals that help regulate body functions. Okay, you're getting lots of vitamins from your fruits and vegetables. You also will get some from your dairy group. Same with your minerals. These build tissues, so they're tissue building minerals or materials. Minerals are tissue building materials that help regulate body function. So both vitamins and minerals are essential for maintaining a regular body function. Okay, and your body doing what it's supposed to be doing. And the most important nutrient of all is water. Water helps keep your body hydrated and helps maintain body temperature. And it does a million more things than that, and we'll talk about it as we get into our notes for today. But these are the 6 major nutrients. They are found in good foods. So remember when we talked about empty calories. Empty calories are not providing you with any of these nutrients, okay? Or if they are providing you with maybe some sugars, they're not good substantial sugars that your body would need and use. Okay, so sometimes people get confused and like, well, this has sugar in it, so it's a carbohydrate. That's not exactly how that works. And different nutrients can be found in different foods. So like a potato or corn would be considered more of a carbohydrate because it has a lot of those starches as a vegetable in there that help give your body energy. Okay, yes, it provides you with nutrients and stuff as well, but a lot of times that can be classified as a carbohydrate. So, and we talked earlier about how nuts and seeds and beans can be into that or have protein in them, even though they might not be a meat source in that meat group. Okay, so these nutrients are the things that you want to look for when you're considering what foods to eat. Making sure you're putting these 6 essential nutrients into your body. Water is more important for your body than food. You can live for twice as many days, if not more, without eating food. With water, you are in trouble if you're not drinking water. You should be drinking a minimum, an absolute minimum of 64 ounces of water per day, which is 8 8-ounce cups. So, and I know we're not getting that, but to keep your body feeling healthy, and you know you have enough water if your urine or if your pee is clear. Right? When your pee is a really dark yellow and it stinks really bad, you're not getting enough water to drink. Okay? You're not hydrated. You need to get more water. Okay. So in front of you, you should have this nutrient jigsaw, and it goes through each of the nutrients. So you have carbohydrates, proteins, fats and vitamins, vitamins. It has minerals, and then it ends with water. Okay, so you do not have any wrap-up questions today. We are going to go through this. I'm not giving you the answers to this, but I am going to read to you what's on each paper. So I'm going to read this to you just to help make it a little bit easier, and then you are also have access to this to read it on your own. So you don't have to sit and listen to me, but if it's easier for you to listen to me as we go through it, that's fine. But I'm not giving you the answers. I'm just reading this information, okay? All right, so carbohydrates are the body's main source of energy, providing 4 calories per gram. And we talked about that last week. So as I read, I will probably stop a few times just to give you a little extra. So providing 4 calories per gram. Remember we talked about that when we were talking about reading the nutrient labels on the food. How many calories are you getting from each of those nutrients to try to determine if the food is a good food for you. So 4 grams per calorie for carbohydrates. Okay. The 2 main forms of carbohydrates are sugars, such as fructose, glucose, and lactose, and starches, which are found in foods such as starchy vegetables, pasta, rice, breads, and cereals. Carbohydrates are classified into 2 types, simple and complex. Simple carbohydrates are sugars that enter the bloodstream quickly and provide quick energy. Cakes, candies, and other sugary foods are simple carbohydrates. Sugar is added to many manufactured foods. Sugar is added to many manufactured foods. Manufacturers can add corn syrup and other forms of sugar to salad dressings, breads and cereals, and other processed foods. So while a food might have simple carbohydrates, it does not make the food good for you, but it's got one of our major nutrients. Also, cake and cookies and processed packaged foods are not good for you. Okay, just because it contains that nutrient does not mean it doesn't go in the fats, oils, and sweets category. Okay, so that nutrient should be consumed very sparingly. A simple carbohydrate is just a quick spike of sugar, and like you read, it comes from the worst places. So no, those foods are not good for you. Don't everyone turn around, what? Ms. Johnson, cake's good for us. You've been saying cake's bad for us. Cake is bad for you. Okay, so no, you don't want to have the cake. Okay, it's just because there's the simple carbohydrate in there does not make it good for you. Complex carbohydrates provide long-lasting energy. Plant foods such as oats, wheat, and other grains are good sources of complex carbohydrates. Health experts recommend that more than half of your daily carbohydrates or daily calories come from carbohydrates, mainly complex carbohydrates. So half of your daily calories should come from carbohydrates, and they should come from these complex carbohydrates, not the simple carbohydrates. Before your body can use carbohydrates, it must first convert them to glucose, a simple sugar and the body's chief fuel. When people consume more carbohydrates than their body needs for energy, the extra carbohydrates are stored as body fat. So if you are consuming more carbohydrates, more simple sugars, more even complex sugars than your body needs, it's going to store it as fat. On average, as a teenager, your body is burning between 2,000 and 2,500, probably closer to 2,500 calories per day. All right. So it's super important that you look at the number of calories that you're consuming each time. And when we talked about the drinks last time, so you'll be getting some of those simple sugars from Coke. If you drink a big 44-ounce Coke, regular Coke, you're getting like 600 calories from something that you're drinking. Eat like the Starbucks, if you're getting like, not just coffee, but if you're getting the ones with the cream, the mocha caramelatos or whatever that you get. I don't like coffee, so I don't go there. But if you're getting those, they have a ton of extra calories, and they are making you fat. That sugar is stored in your body as extra fat. Okay? All right. Don't be misled by fad diets that recommend that you stay away from carbohydrates. Carbohydrates provide the body with fuel it needs for physical activity and for proper organ function, and they are an important part of a healthy diet. But some kinds of carbohydrates are far better than others. The best sources of carbohydrates, whole grains, vegetables, fruits, and beans, promote good health by delivering vitamins, minerals, fiber, and a host of other important nutrients. But easily digested carbohydrates from white bread, we talked about that, white rice, pastries, sugary sodas, and other highly processed foods may contribute to weight gain, interfere with weight loss, and promote diabetes and heart disease. Your body doesn't need all of that extra sugar, okay? So while it might seem tasty to eat a whole bunch of white bread, it's just adding extra fat. That sugar is broken down and then stored as extra fat because your body doesn't need it all. So when I talked about how bad white bread is, it truly is not good for you. Same thing with white rice and regular pasta. You're looking to try to get whole wheat, okay? Whole grain. All right, here we go. Next one, protein. Proteins are nutrients that help build and repair body tissue. Like carbohydrates, protein provides 4 calories per gram. Also like carbohydrates, excess protein calories are converted to fat for storage. Proteins must be eaten on a regular basis for your body to maintain itself, because new proteins constantly form to replace damaged body cells. Okay. While you don't like to think that you're like damaging your body cells, when you exercise, your muscles are breaking down, and your body needs that protein to build those back up into stronger, more healthy muscles. Same thing with just daily activity, okay? And just daily wear and tear. Your body cells will break down. Your body needs those proteins to build them back up and help make that muscle or that organ or that tissue stronger than what it was. Okay. Proteins are made of chains of building blocks called amino acids. Animal sources of protein like meat, fish, dairy products, and eggs contain all 9 essential amino acids. They are often referred to as complete protein. Vegetable or plant sources of protein, like beans, nuts, and some grains, do not have all 9 essential amino acids. Plant proteins can be mixed so that all essential amino acids are present in one meal. When beans and corn, like corn tortillas, are combined, all the essential amino acids are present. The same is true when beans and wheat, beans and rice, or nuts and wheat are mixed together. So it is possible to have a completely healthy diet without eating meat. So that paragraph was telling you if you don't want to eat meat, you have to be very careful about finding your building blocks, and those are called amino acids. There are 9 essential amino acids that your body needs. They are present in meat sources. When you eat chicken or turkey or beef, okay, those 9 essential amino acids are there. Fish, seafood, okay? If you're not doing that, you have to make a combination of things in order to get all 9 essential amino acids. So where we talked about beans providing a good protein source, you can have beans, but you need to have it with something else to make all 9 essential amino acids there to help build and repair those muscles, okay? Again, fried foods like fried chicken and fried turkey legs or whatever else you're having that's fried does not count as something that's giving you these proteins, okay? All right. Animal and plant sources of protein also contain different amounts of other nutrient classes. Animal protein usually contains a relatively high amount of fat. So animal protein has the essential amino acids, but it also has a lot of fat and very little fiber. Plant sources of protein have very little fat and a relatively large amount of fiber. Since fiber is very important in the diet and excess fat can contribute to having heart disease, It may be healthiest to eat small amounts of animal protein in combination with plant proteins. It is also possible to reduce fat intake by choosing skim or low-fat milk, low-fat cheese, or lean meat. Okay, so lean meat is like turkey instead of ground beef, chicken, grilled chicken. Those are leaner birds. We talked about that a little bit compared to like the fat cow or the fat pig that's providing that extra fat because that fat is on their body and then we're just consuming their fat into our body in the steak or the bacon or the hot dog or whatever pork product we might be eating. So smaller amounts of red meat. In fact, the serving size for a piece of red meat is the size of your hand, your palm of your hand. So like the same thickness. So if you're thinking of a hamburger, this is how big it should be, the palm of your hand, or a deck of cards. That's a good serving size for animal protein. Okay, that's what you're looking for. You're not looking for like a quarter pounder or a half pound hamburger. Like that's insane. Same thing with like a 22-ounce steak. It's a lot. Okay, so you want to keep those to a little bit smaller amounts. All right, station 3, we're talking about fat, all of everybody's favorite. Okay, fats are necessary for health. Although consuming too much fat is unhealthy, your body does need some fat. Fat helps to cushion internal organs and also helps to regulate the temperature of the body as insulation. Fat is a component of all cell membranes, is an important source of stored energy in your body, and fat in the digestive tract helps your body absorb fat-soluble vitamins. Okay, so fat is super good at cushioning your internal organs. It helps regulate your body temperature. It's used as insulation for the body. Fat is a component of all of your cell membranes, is an important source of stored energy, and fat in your digestive tract helps the body absorb fat-soluble vitamins. So you burn through carbohydrates first. So like when you carbo load for a sporting event or for a big race or something like that, you're gonna burn through those carbohydrates first. When your body runs out of that carbohydrate energy, it turns to your fat stores to continue to give your body energy. So that's what your body draws from when you are out of your carbohydrates. So it's important to have that inside your body. It also does a wealth of other things. Many vitamins are fat soluble, meaning that they are not dissolvable or usable in water. So they need that fat inside your body to help make them usable for your body. Without the fat, that vitamin would not be usable. So there's a difference between the vitamins, and I don't know, we might get into it when we talk about vitamins, between fat soluble and water soluble vitamins. So your body needs fat. Fats are a concentrated source of fuel for the body and provide 9 calories per gram. 1 gram of fat has more calories than 2 grams of protein or carbohydrates. Fats add flavor to food and help to satisfy hunger since they take longer to digest than proteins or carbohydrates. Although fats are important, not all fats are healthy for you, and most people consume far too much fat. I added far too much, although this is too much fat. Saturated fats are fats from meats, dairy products, solid vegetable shortening, animal fat or lard. Saturated fats from dairy products include high-fat cheese, whole milk, ice cream, and butter, and some kinds of vegetable oils called tropical oils, palm and coconut. Also include saturated fats. Eating too much saturated fat can increase your cholesterol and raise your risk of heart disease. Cholesterol is a fat-like, waxy substance that is made by the body and is also found in many foods. Although your body needs some cholesterol, a high blood cholesterol level is a risk factor for heart disease. Saturated fats do not have as great an effect on cholesterol and do not increase the risk of heart disease. In fact, many researchers believe that unsaturated fats may actually reduce the risk of heart disease. These fats are found in fish, nuts, and in vegetable oils like olive oil, peanut, and corn oil. In general, it is good practice to have most of your fat calories come from unsaturated fats. This means eating leaner meat, chicken, turkey, lean, like 93% fat-free beef, skim or low-fat dairy products, and avoiding foods prepared with shortening or lard. So we talked about good fats and bad fats. Your bad fats are coming from the high-fat cheeses, your whole milks, ice creams, lots of extra butter. It's coming from solid vegetable oil, like Crisco is a solid as you cook with that. margarine. So all of those things are not super good for you. High fat beef, so when you see it's like 80%, 20% fat, that's not good for you. Looking for something more along the lines of 93% and 7% of fat. 93% okay, 7% of extra fat. So the lower percentage of the fat, the better, okay? 80-20 is not super healthy. That's gonna, add a lot of cholesterol and put you at risk for heart disease. Whereas eating more fish and more chicken and more low-fat dairy products is going to help give you that unsaturated fat and still give your body the fat that it needs. All right, moving on to vitamins. We're getting there, halfway done. Vitamins are micronutrients that do not provide energy. They are chemical substances that help the body use energy, build proteins, make cells, and repair injuries. They also help regulate body functions and help the body resist infections. Vitamins are divided into two general categories, fat-soluble and water-soluble. The fat-soluble vitamins are A, D, and E. They can be stored and transported by the body's fat cells. Vitamin A is necessary for eyes, bones, and skin health. Vitamin D is necessary to make bones and teeth, and it allows your body to use calcium that you eat. Use the calcium that you eat. Sorry, I did not read that very well. So let me read it again. Vitamin D is necessary to make bones and teeth, I'm going to say stronger, and it allows your body to use the calcium that you eat. Vitamin E is important for healing wounds and fighting against bodily toxins. Okay, so these vitamins are essential. Look at all that they do in your body, and you have to have the fat to transport them. The water-soluble vitamins are C and the B vitamins. Vitamin C is important for fighting infection and for using the stored energy in your body. It is generally found in citrus fruits and other vegetables like tomatoes and peppers. The B vitamins are important for building blood cells, nerve cells, and are vital for many of your body's chemical reactions. These are present in many meats and vegetables. Water-soluble vitamins must be replaced regularly by eating a variety of healthy foods. Any excess of water-soluble vitamins are passed through the body, and then they exit the body through urine. The amount of vitamins that are recommended on a daily basis is called recommended daily allowances. In general, a balanced diet can provide all the vitamins you need without having to take vitamin supplements. To determine whether the food you eat contains the right amount of vitamins, it is useful to carefully examine food labels. We talked about that. Labels will tell you the proportion of the daily allowance present in prepared food. Generally, fresh food has higher vitamin content than already prepared foods. Some food, like specially labeled cereals, are supplemented with vitamins so that you can be sure you are getting what you need. Okay? So you are able to get vitamins through a vitamin supplement, but you don't need that. If you are eating the right things, you will not need that extra supplement. If you're eating fresh vegetables and you're eating like food that's freshly prepared instead of food out of a box or a bag, you will not need that vitamin supplement. You'll get the vitamins that you need. Water-soluble vitamins need to constantly be replaced. Fat-soluble vitamins will sit in your fat cells until they are needed to be used, so they can be stored. But the water-soluble vitamins, you pee those out. So it's important that you replace those. All right, getting closer, moving on to minerals. All right, here we go. Minerals are essential building blocks for your body, but do not provide calories or energy. So neither did vitamins. They do not provide you with energy or calories, but they are what allow your body to use the energy, and that they allow you to use the other things that you're eating, okay? So you need these in your diet. They are tissue building materials that help regulate body functions. Like vitamins, they are micronutrients. Despite the small amounts your body needs, each mineral has its own unique functions. The foods containing essential minerals also contain other energy supplying material. Milk, for an example, is an important source of calcium, vitamin D, and protein. The mineral calcium is a primary chemical component of bones and teeth. Other minerals play important functions as well. Iron is used in red blood cells to transport oxygen. During the teen years, when you are going through rapid growth, iron is especially important. Potassium and sodium are electrically charged chemicals that govern the electrical connections between body tissues. Zinc, manganese, like magnesium, and selenium are essential for development of cells, healing, and all the body's immune reactions. As with vitamins, most persons who eat a balanced diet will get an adequate supply of minerals without having to use supplements. Many people have problems digesting milk and dairy products, our major source of calcium. If you cannot digest milk products, it is important to find a substitute for calcium. Bones cannot become strong without calcium. Having strong bones in old age is dependent on the strength of your bones when you are young. Other sources of calcium include dark green leafy vegetables like spinach or broccoli. Recently, some food producers have recognized the importance of calcium and have begun to add calcium to orange juice and other drinks. If you are concerned about your intake of calcium, you might want to choose these calcium-enriched products over those that are not supplemented. So you can always look on the label. It should tell you, like we looked at those food labels, and it'll tell you the percentage of calcium that's inside the product. So if you're worried about how much calcium you're getting and you want to make sure that you have strong bones, you can look back there and say, hey, this has got 10% calcium. This is not a bad product. This has 20% calcium. And it's not 20% of the product, it's 20% of what you need in the day. So if a product has 20% and you had 5 servings of that product, you would have 100% of the calcium that you needed for the day. So use your food labels. Look at the vitamins that are on there. Look at the minerals that are on there and see how much it's providing. If it's all zeros, it's okay. It might not be a bad thing to eat, and you might really like it, so you might really want to eat it, but that means you've got to find another place to get those vitamins and minerals throughout your day. All right, last one, water, an important one. Water is roughly 60% of your body weight. The functions of water include transporting materials to and waste away from cells, regulating body temperature, lubricating and cushioning your joints, and helping with digestion. A person can live for weeks without food, but only a few days without water. Okay? It takes important things to your cells, and it removes waste from your cells. It regulates body temperature, it cushions your joints, and it helps with digestion. Water is essential for life. Each and every day you use water to metabolize your food. You want a faster metabolism? Drink more water. It regulates heat through sweating, and it removes toxins through urination. You have to remove the toxins or your body will become full of, like a septic tank full of toxic stuff. On average, an adult uses about 2 to 3 quarts a day just for perspiration and urination. In hot temperatures, with physical activity, or with a fever, the body requires more water than on a typical day. Without the right amount of water, the body cannot maintain the right temperature, blood pressure, or kidney function. Okay, just so that we're aware, kidney function, if your kidney stops working, you die. If your liver stops working, you die. Those things, so your liver is what filters the toxins out of your body and then sends those toxins out through your urethra and into the, like, you're urinating, you're going to pee, like you're sending those toxins out of your body. That's what your liver does. Your kidneys do the same type of thing. So without those toxins build up in your body and you die. Okay, so you have to have water. You must replace the water that you're getting rid of every day, and you just need it. Start drinking more water, everybody. Healthy people meet their water needs through the water and beverages they drink or foods they eat. Water is the primary component of many foods like milk, juice, fruits, and vegetables. These sources of water in your diet also contain other nutrients. In addition to water, fruits and vegetables also contain vitamins and fiber. Low-fat milk contains vitamin D and calcium. It is important to choose sources of water that will keep you well hydrated. That hydrated means you have the correct fluid balance in your body. And contribute other nutrients, but not contribute too many calories or fat. For example, soft drinks contain a large amount of simple sugars and tons of calories mixed with water, but no other nutrients. Water by itself is the best thirst quencher. Okay, no wrap-up questions today. I know I'm getting close to the 30-minute mark, which is a really long video. But this is your in-class assignment and your notes today, so you do not have an in-class assignment. Go back and work on anything that you might not have turned in from last week. One more day, yay! Then we review and take our test on Friday. All right, guys, bye.